Hey everyone, Eric Schreiber here, week 2 discussion. So my dissertation topic it's actually going to be a mixed methods study where I'm going to be looking at multimodality exercise versus rote exercise in the 55 plus population, as well as exercise enjoyment and adherence, comparing them. So I'm going to be looking at physiological outcomes as well as qualitative outcomes. But in the context of this, and I've got some notes here of this discussion, if I were going to be designing a 10-question survey, it would be used as a planning tool to collect baseline quantitative information for the participants. I would keep the survey short, maybe 5 minutes or so. Again, 10 questions like the discussion prompt discusses, to encourage a higher response rate, so people aren't having to answer 1,000 questions. They can just answer the 10 questions and go. They would be mostly multiple choice questions or 5-point Likert scale questions, because they can produce standardized data that can be analyzed statistically. Some of the questions would include participants' age, current physical activity level, previous experience with strength training, confidence in exercising safely, which is probably a big one, perceived barriers to exercise. I think that's something that's highly prevalent in the older adult population and very important for us to know. Preferred types of exercise, motivations for becoming more physically active, and willingness to participate in a supervised multimodality exercise program. I would also ask what health outcomes they're specifically looking for, that's most important to them, such as improving strength, balance, stability, mobility, reducing pain, and maintaining independence. I would have those questions in there, as well as improving overall quality of life. And then I'd probably have an open-ended question that they could share, anything that they felt that was important that wasn't captured in the structured list of questions. I'd use Qualtrics to create the survey because it's pretty commonly used, from what I understand, in academic research, and supports anonymous responses. And I would use a statistical software such as SPSS for analysis, and then if Qualtrics wasn't available, I'd just use Google Forms. I'd recruit participants through senior centers, physician offices, my facility, community organizations, social media. Boomer population uses Facebook a lot, and then so the purpose of the survey would be to quantify characteristics of the target population before implementing an intervention, rather than just making assumptions based off of anecdotal information that we receive or perceive. We would use this quantitative data. Let's see. So limitations, let's talk about limitations. One potential drawback is response bias, right? So people might change their actual response or what they really think based on the fact that they know they're being judged. I think this is something called the Hawthorne effect, when people know that they're being viewed, their behavior is different. So there also could be another limitation in sampling bias. People who voluntarily complete online survey may have a greater interest in health, right? So if they're completing the survey, maybe they're doing it because they're actively exercising versus people who aren't exercising. And again, I would keep things brief, use clear, unbiased wording, recruit participants from like I said, the community. I don't know, the light just went out. So according to Creswell and Creswell 2023, survey research is an efficient quantitative method for collecting standardized information. And I do think that it makes it an appropriate first step for me to, I don't know what happened to my light, I'm sorry. in starting my project. So, while I'm going to be looking at both quantitative hard data for, I think we're going to do get up and go, 5 rep max, and then maybe an intrinsic physiological marker. I haven't decided on that yet. I don't want to get too much going, but it could provide a lot of valuable preliminary information before we get started. Thank you very much, and I look forward to everybody's feedback, and talk to you all soon.